Namaskar and welcome to the channel. Friends, in the last video, we discussed about a very important topic in the English literature, restoration tragedy. In this video, today we are going to study restoration comedy. Restoration comedy is popularly known as comedy of manners. It was influenced basically by continental writers, especially by French dramatist Molière and the Spanish famous dramatist Calderon. As restoration tragedy is called heroic tragedy, restoration comedy is also known by the other name, that is comedy of manners. Now, it was basically modeled on the realistic comedy of Ben Jonson and his followers, and it reflects the manners, modes, conventions, not of the lower classes, but of the upper classes of the society. That is why it is called comedy of manners. It reflects the manners of the upper class society of the time. Another feature of comedy of manners is it is realistic in character and focuses our attention on the life, manners, ways, love intrigues, and foppery of the upper and the aristocratic society of the day. So it concentrates on all the fopperies of the aristocratic society. That is why it is called the comedy of manners. Now, let us study the features of the comedy of manners. As far as scenes were concerned, its scenes were generally laid in London, particularly in cafes, chocolate houses, drawing rooms, gardens, clubs, and gambling centers. And the comedians of the Restoration devoted themselves especially to picturing the external details of life, the fashion of the time, its manners, its speech, its interests, etc., etc. So they did not concentrate on the rural society. Instead of that, they concentrated mainly on the society of London, that is the urban society, the aristocratic society of the time. The chief subject of comedy of manners is the intimate relation between men and women. In these comedies, the institution of marriage was completely neglected and religion was also mocked at. As far as dialogues were concerned, the dialogues of the comedy were very sharp and witty. Wit employed in these plays is not attractive though, but it is witty anyway. The prose used in these comedies is very poor and inexpressive in comparison with the staple of non-dramatic prose of the time. The prose used in these plays is entirely artificial. The characters are very interesting. The characterization was very interesting. Characterization was made by the dramatists of the time, and their names itself indicate their character. There are some examples on the screen. You may see them. Sir Fopling Flutter is the name of a character. Horner, Scrub, Colonel Bully, and John Brute, Lady Bountiful, Lady Fanciful, etc. These names indicate their character. They resemble the characters of Jonson. And let us study the comedy writers of the time one by one. William Congreve may be called the leader of the group, followed by several other writers. So let us study them one by one. As far as William Congreve is concerned, he is the leader of the comedy of manners. He was born at Bardsey and educated in Ireland. He came to London in the year 1691 and he abandoned law for literature. He actually pursued law studies, but later on he developed an interest for literature and he abandoned law later on. An interesting thing must be told here. He wrote all his plays before he was 30 years of age. He was a very popular gentleman of the area and he was immensely supported by government pensions. His plays are The Old Bachelor, which is his first comedy, The Double Dealer, Love for Love, The Way of the Word, and The Mourning Bride, which is a tragedy. Among all these, The Way of the Word, published in the year 1700, is his masterpiece. So these are some of the pictures of his plays. One thing must be made clear, that William Congreve was the greatest of Restoration comedy writers. Comedy of Manners reached its perfection in Congreve's works. It was a faithful reflection of upper class society of the day. His characters are well drawn. He was master of characterization. Prose is very lucid and concise and pointed. It must be said that he was a polished artist. His plays are known for subtle irony, and The Way of the Word, as it is known, is his masterpiece, and it has brilliant and sparkling dialogues, and it has flashes of wit also in it. So the next important writer is William Wycherley. William Wycherley was born in the year 1640, and though his production period was very brief, but it was fruitful. He produced nearly 4 plays in a span of 5 years. William Wycherley was a man of good family, and he was at court for some time, and his contemporaries call his plays manly, boisterous indecency. Why? Because it was much coarser than those of the plays of Congreve, and he shows much wit in handling dialogue. He has a sharp vision for human weaknesses. That is the greatness of Wycherley. And let us look some of the plays written by William Wycherley. His plays include Love in a Wood, The Gentleman Dancing Master, The Country Wife, The Plain Dealer. These are some of the pictures of his plays, and his masterpiece can be called The Country Wife. The next writer is George Etheridge, born in the year 1635. Though not much of his life is known to us, he just appears to be a courtier. He served abroad in diplomatic service also, but we don't know much of his life. His plays include The Comical Revenge or Love in a Tub, She Would If She Could, The Man of Mode or Sir Fopling Flutter. These are some of the pictures of his plays. His plays established the comedy of manners, which was later to be perfected by Congreve. They paint a true picture of the graceful, heartless and licentious upper classes of the period. The prose dialogue is natural and brilliant. However, his plot construction is very weak. Sir John Vanbrugh is the next writer. Again, much of his life is very obscure. He was a soldier, a herald and an architect all in one. His plays include The Relapse, The Provoked Wife, The Confederacy. His plays lack the art and elegance of Congreve's. However, his plays are full of energy and genial humor, and he is very fond of farce. His plots are soundly constructed, but they did not achieve success. These are the pictures related to Sir Vanbrugh. George Farquhar, the next writer, was born in the year 1678, and he had an adventurous career. He was again a clergyman, an actor, and a soldier, besides being a writer. He died just when he was 29 years of age. His plays include The Recruiting Officer and The Bews Stratagem. His characters are more like ordinary people, and his dialogues lack the polish and sustained wit of Congreve. These are his two plays. Another major writer is Thomas Shadwell. Born in the year 1642, little is known about his life. Shadwell held the popular stage for over 20 years and wrote many plays. His plays include The Sullen Lovers, The Squire of Alsatia, Bury Fair. None of them were famous. Imitated closely Jonson's comedy of humors. His plays are generally coarse, that's why they were not very successful. His style lacks a literary grace, but his plots are well constructed. He reflects the everyday life of his time, and he has taken a keen satirical sense. His later plays show a growing fondness for farce. So these are the major writers of comedy during the time. Now let us come to the conclusion part. There were many people who criticized the comedy of manners, who did not like the comedy of manners. Comedy of manners has been criticized for its licentiousness, obscenity, and immorality. Leslie Stephen says that this is a comedy written by blackguards for blackguards. So the main criticism against the comedy of manners was that it was full of obscenity and it was completely immoral. It had the plot and the story which was immoral. However, there were many defenders for comedy of manners. Professor Dobry says, Restoration comedy expressed not licentiousness but a deep curiosity and a desire to try new ways of living. And Charles Lamb, a famous writer in the next period, he defends its obscenity as the artists devise to present the sense of reality in their plays. So to conclude, one must say that though this drama could not produce greater effect, it certainly highlighted the missing points about the upper class. This drama wholly concentrated on the aristocratic society of the time. It showed the follies committed by, the mistakes committed by the upper class society of London. Restoration comedy opened a new chapter in the history of English drama. It has a dash and gaiety. Above all, it held mirror to its age. We say that literature is the mirror of the society, and this literature, this particular comedy, is definitely a mirror to the society. It successfully depicted the life and manners of the time. So, in a way, we must say that it was a very famous and very enjoyable kind of comedy during the Restoration age. So, the comedy of manners is full of energy, full of vitality. This is all I wanted to discuss with you about Restoration comedy, and in the next video we shall study about the Restoration prose. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe and put your comments in the comment box. Thank you. Namaskar.